Hey mamas, so if you've ever seen a birth before or you've dreamt of your own, you've probably envisioned your partner or someone special or even a doctor cutting your baby's umbilical cord after they've been born. It is such an honoring experience to be the one who gets to cut the umbilical cord and kind of a personal experience for you as a mom, as that was the lifeline that connected you and your baby. And as with everything in birth, it's important that you understand what decisions need to be made during birth and what are the ones that are going to be most beneficial for you and your baby. And that even comes down to clamping and cutting baby's umbilical cord. So in this video, I'm going to be talking all about delayed cord clamping and why you should consider putting it in your birth plan. I'm Bridget, and I'm a birth doula in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I love helping moms love their birth. For more of my tips and tools on how to have an informed and empowered birth experience, make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit the little bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. So first of all, what is cord clamping? Well, we all know that when baby is born, they are still attached to the placenta by their umbilical cord. And your placenta is what your body grows during this pregnancy for this baby to help nourish and grow and strengthen this baby in your womb. So your baby is receiving all of its nutrition and oxygen from your blood through the placenta. So for these 9 months that your baby has been growing, it has been sharing blood with the placenta that has been bringing all of its nutrients and oxygen to it. Now, when baby is born, they're obviously not going to hold on to their placenta. They don't need it anymore. They are sustaining themselves now that they're out of the womb. So what's going to happen is that they're going to clamp the cord down to cut off the blood flow and then cut it eventually. And then what's left is just a little stump of the umbilical cord attached to their belly button, which will eventually wither up and fall off. Some mamas have chosen to keep their umbilical cords, which is kind of like a sentimental thing. If you've kept yours or are planning to keep yours, let me know in the comments below. I think it's super interesting, and I want to see what mamas out there keep their umbilical cords. So the standard practice for care providers was to do immediate cord clamping. And the reasoning behind this was because they thought it prevented women from experiencing hemorrhaging, which is excessive bleeding after birth. However, research is finding that there is no correlation between doing immediate cord clamping and hemorrhaging, and so that is actually falling out of practice. Now hospitals are starting to switch their protocol when it comes to cord clamping and doing something that we call delayed cord clamping. Many care providers are doing this delayed cord clamping, but not all of them are, and if they are, it kind of varies on how long they wait before they clamp the cord after a baby's been born. So since it varies from place to place whether or not they do delayed cord clamping at all, or, since it varies too with the amount of time that they wait, it's important to know what you want and how to communicate that with your care provider. This is important stuff for you to know, mama, as you are walking into this birth experience because it really does impact your baby. And research is showing that there are big and awesome benefits to having delayed cord clamping. So the benefits of delayed cord clamping is that usually babies are going to have a higher birth weight, that there is going to be a greater concentration of hemoglobin in baby, which is basically more oxygen in baby's blood, which of course we all need oxygen. We thrive off of having oxygen in our bodies. And so for baby, the more the merrier, of course, when it comes to having oxygen in their blood. So those are immediate benefits that baby receives from delayed cord clamping, but not only that, but it increases the stores of iron in a baby's body for up to 6 months after baby is born. So delayed cord clamping has immediate benefits, but also clearly has benefits long after baby has been born. And so it's important to take them into consideration when writing your birth plan or thinking about your birth. So those are awesome benefits, but now how long do you need to wait in order to get all those awesome benefits for your baby? So usually by 3 to 5 minutes, most if not all of the blood has been moved from the placenta to your baby. So like I said at the beginning of this video, your baby and its placenta has been sharing blood for the last 9 months. What happens when the cord is immediately clamped after baby is born and time hasn't been given for blood to be transferred from the placenta to the baby is that about a third of the blood that the placenta and the baby have been sharing is being kept in the placenta and not being shared or given to the baby. So with delayed cord clamping, waiting just those 3 to 5 minutes after birth is going to allow for that last third of the blood that is still in the placenta after baby has been born to be transferred from the placenta to the baby. So yes, if that cord is immediately clamped, baby is still going to have 2/3 of that blood that was being shared between it and its placenta. But if you just are able to wait those 3 to 5 minutes, you are really optimizing baby's first few steps into life outside the womb by giving it that last third of blood that's really going to help it flourish in those first few moments. Now, because everybody's body is a little bit different, sometimes giving a time limit of 3 to 5 minutes isn't always going to be the most accurate way to know if all of the blood has been transferred from the placenta to the baby. So a good way to really ensure that baby has gotten that blood from the placenta is to wait until the cord either turns white or stops pulsating. And sometimes that's going to be around that 3 to 5 minute mark. Sometimes it'll be even later. And so that's just a really sure indicator that baby has gotten all of that blood out of the placenta. Now, of course, in the case of an emergency, delayed cord clamping might not be an option, but definitely talk to your care provider about this because research is showing that for full-term babies, so babies who are fully grown, who do need resuscitation after they've been born, are the ones who actually benefit the most from delayed cord clamping. So make sure you know your hospital or your care provider's protocol on delayed cord clamping in an emergency, just so that you're aware of your options. If you do want to have delayed cord clamping as a part of your birth experience, I would encourage you to write it down in your birth plan. Make sure your birth partner is in on it and that your doula is looking out for it, just so that the medical staff has been communicated with that this is a part of your birth plan. Hopefully this information helped you if you are trying to create your birth plan and not quite sure, what aspects of the birth to include. This is often one that is overlooked, so I hope this information lets you feel informed on your choices in birth and helps you feel empowered as you are making those informed decisions. I've been talking about adding this into your birth plan, and so if you're sitting there thinking, well, what is a birth plan? Should I write a birth plan? I haven't even gone there yet. Make sure you check out this video that I'm linking up here, all about birth plans and whether or not you should write them. I hope it helps you. If you liked this video, mama, give me a little thumbs up. It helps me a lot, and I love knowing that you were encouraged and empowered by this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, mamas.